I'm going to start where I left off by saying, good morning, church family. Good morning to all of you. Like Rashida said, it is day 3. How did we make it? Let's see. As you heard yesterday, together with my friends Saidiya Hartman and Simone Leigh, I had the pleasure of organizing with them, or being part of the organization with them, of the first iteration of Loophole of Retreat at the Guggenheim. And at Simone's invitation, I've been honored to be an advisor on this second convening. And in those two capacities, I need to start with where I left off, actually, again. And I just wanted to share with you the directives that we gave last time around, which is that last time around what I said was, or one of the things I wrote, was that Loophole sought to conjure a gathering and assembling that attends to urgent questions. How do we sustain our intellectual and creative labor? How do we figure, bear, and carry it? How do we practice freedom inside the enclosure? And how do we hold and sustain each other? How do we create a future in which it is possible to live unbounded lives? When we talked about the loophole last time around, we said it was devoted to our intellectual collaboration, dialogue, engagement, and care. We said, we invite your participation as active interlocutors in this assembly, and our hope is that you leave it with an expanded vocabulary of shared terms that allow us to nurture and extend and transform the project of Black feminist study. It was an aspiration that we had to recognize and revalue Black women's labor and to incite a new cycle of radical and rebellious imagination and care. That was the missive last time around. And I dare say that the invitation has been taken up ferociously over the past 2 days. And I also have to share something I said this morning, is what I feel like I've witnessed is what can only be defined as quantum. This passing and multiplying of energy from one speaker to the next, and the ricochet of that quantum back and forth from the stage to the audience. I need to thank all of you for the energy that you contributed to the movement of quantum over the course of the past 3 days. And I also need to give a very, very special expression of gratitude to Rashida and to Simone. I thank you for encouraging us and for modeling to us what it means to live and think boundlessly. Thank you for refusing to accept any of the limits imposed upon Black women. And thank you for daring to imagine and pursue with confidence, absolute confidence, the project of bringing over 500 people together in Venice. In Venice. Boundless. Over 500 Black women in Venice. 700. Okay, all right. Okay, that's all. See, I wanted to curtsy, but I didn't. Okay, so again, meat of the day. This is our last day in Loophole. I know many of you do not want to leave. We'll be taking it with us. But it will commence here in the Sala something Arazzi with a performance by Cecily. That will be followed by a series of presentations and conversations. Beginning at 10:30, The Loophole Performance Program will resume in the Ex Piscina Gandini, and all day long, and please take advantage of it, our Looped Film Program will continue to screen next door. And again, please do not miss the opportunity to be in that space. It is a serene and magical space where we get to partake of some of the films, but many, many more that have been screened over the course of our convening. As on the preceding days, the Sala de Capriati, which is just behind this building, serves as a lounge space, and it truly is a very magical lounge space with soft seating. And so the conference is live streamed in there, so please take advantage of that when you don't want to be in sling seats. Also, subtle and direct reminder, please silence your phones and refrain from taking flash photography here in this particular auditorium. Again, everything is being live streamed and the proceedings are being photographed and recorded. We just want to make you aware of that public announcement. I am now honored to introduce the first hour of presenters for Loophole of Retreat Venice, Day 3. And these are brief biographies. You can find the full biographies online at SimoneLeighVenice2022.org. Last but not least, I have to say with great gusto that as with the previous 2 days, the rest of the day, our participants will be introduced by the fabulous students of Spelman College who participated in the seminar Simone Leigh, Art and Theory. Okay, so to our presenters this first hour. Cecily is a Washington, D.C. hometown-based vocalist and writer. Cecily's project, Songs of Love and Freedom and Awakening Part 2, have garnered her numerous accolades. Her next project interweaves her life experiences with inspiration from All About Love by Bell Hooks and will be released in 2023. Following Cecily's performance, we will hear presentations by 3 speakers. Legacy Russell is a curator and writer based in New York. She is the executive director and chief curator of The Kitchen. Her first book is Glitch Feminism, a Manifesto. Her second book, Black Meme, is forthcoming from Verso Books. Javiela Evangelista is a public anthropologist whose research counters inequalities at the intersections of citizenship and racialization in the Caribbean and the African diaspora. Evangelista is an assistant professor of African American Studies at New York City College of Technology of CUNY, the City University of New York. Aracelis Germain is the author of 3 books of poems, most recently Black Maria. Germain is the editor of How to Carry Water, Selected Poems of Lucille Clifton. She is a member of the editorial board of the African Poetry Book Fund, and she lives in New York. Please join me in welcoming, first of all, Cecily.